Hello, and welcome to another Core Brands podcast episode. Today is a solo episode, and I am bringing a very current topic. We will be talking about AI and logo design. So that's amazing combination that everyone thinks is gonna fix all the problems. So why am I touching on this topic? Because I've been hearing a lot of conversations about, oh, you must be worried about your job. AI can now create logos and do brands and all of that. And I'm going to tell you, I am zero preoccupied or worried about that. And the reason is AI can create a logo in seconds. That's true. ChatGPT, Nano Banana, you name it. There's millions of tools out there to pick. But what AI cannot do is really bring the human part that is so important into a logo. So let me start by explaining what I mean by the human part. In order for a logo, and I'm talking here about logos because it's one of the most important identifiers of a brand identity. It's one of the things people see first and enables recognition and trust and really connects with the target audience by the way it's designed. So by the way its visuals are and what they convey, but in a way to create one that is distinct, unique, and really, really on point for your brand is to make it super personal to your brand. So there's a lot of elements that come to play for this type of exercise, but bringing the human part into this process, it's key. It's really the most important thing. And that's kind of like the big differentiator between a brand created by AI and the brand created by a designer. A designer like myself, we will have many conversations with a client. We will do research. We will do brand questionnaires. We will discuss brand nouns. There is an overall collaborative process that is so human and that is so unique and so detailed that will then enable the creation of the visual identity. So when AI creates a logo, it's based solely on the obvious. So who you are, if you are a coffee shop, let's put here a coffee bean or a coffee mug. If you are, and it's going to be brown. And if you are a barber, probably your colors are going to be black and red, and there's going to be scissors or a man with a beard. So it's everything very obvious and very cliche that doesn't really separate any business from their competitors. There's nothing unique, nothing interesting, and nothing human behind those visuals. So when AI defaults to the obvious, I think that designers should be pretty much relaxed in terms of their jobs, because there's always going to be clients that will value what we do and will value the creative thinking and the creative process. And there's always going to be people that just want a logo in 10 seconds. And that's totally fine as well. For another thing that a logo created by AI does do is look for the context. So when we designers work with a client, we are worried, or we're not worried, but we take in consideration where is this brand identity is going to be applied. Is it going to be applied in, just digital? Is there going to be packaging involved? Is there going to be outdoors? Is it going to be embroidered on fabric? All those small details. When we create a brand identity and the different lookups of a logo, we will make sure that it's versatile enough for that. AI does not really evaluate the real world use. They just spit something visual that they believe it's a good solution, something that they believe it looks good. And most of the times it doesn't. And then there's something else that it's really important. And I haven't seen much people talk about this, and it's quite concerning, which is ChatGPT and other AI tools, they don't check for trademarks or copyrights, which means that they will spit out something that can be a copy or very similar to something that already exists and cannot really protect you from expensive mistakes. So a logo can look original, but still be too close for something else. It can still be close to another brand that already exists, because what AI does, it just kind of like digests all the information that it's out there and spits something that it's visually good enough for your brief, for your brand, for your business. but it doesn't really take in consideration if there's any other brand using the same logo or the same shape in the same way. So that's something that is really important and people really need to be aware of. Most of the times what I say to people when they ask me, because I understand that investing in a professional branding can be too much at the beginning when you're starting your business, you're better off just typing your brand name as a font, have it as a logo type, and that's it. And then when your business expands and grows and you're ready to make a bit of a more of investment into your brand identity, then work with a designer to develop and expand further into something more complete and more cohesive. It's much better and it will help you much more to have a logo type just typed. You can do it in Canva, Adobe Express, any of the tools that you are comfortable doing it, than just using something so generic and that looks so cliche that ChatGPT just provided you. And yeah, so when is a good time to use AI for logo design? Some people will say that, oh, don't use it for logo design, but use it to create mood boards. So I have a different opinion. I don't think you should use any AI tool to create mood boards. And actually, I'm not going to say any AI tool. I'm just going to say don't use ChatGPT or Nano Banana, like those two that kind of like Remember or Claude to create mood boards. If you are more kind of like, Firefly, Adobe Firefly, for example, you can do really cool stuff with AI. But I think the beauty of creating a mood board and looking for a creative direction is pretty much that research phase where you kind of like absorb all the inspiration, then you dig a bit more into this direction, and then you kind of like find something else. And it's the whole exercise that then leads you and funnels you into the right visual brand identity. So if you are cheating and asking AI to create that for you, you already skipped one important step and you did not follow the creative process and creative thinking. You're just thinking about the visuals, and it's so much more than the visuals. So yeah, I don't agree with AI to create mood boards. I agree with AI to create images. Like if you have something in your mind and you want AI to create an image to put on your mood board, that's different because the brief and the thinking is coming from you. You're just asking the tool to generate based on your brief. And I've done that before. I even done that today to create a mock-up for a client because I couldn't find the right image. I asked not ChatGPT, it was actually Nano Banana to create the image for me. And then I used Photoshop to mock it up. That's totally fine, in my opinion, because I think that when we're trying to skip steps and we're trying to be smarter, it's going to hurt us and it's going to be bad as well for our brands in the long run. If you want something that it's going to be durable, that it's going to last, that it's going to be unique, and that people will actually be impressed and connect to it. If you're just, using something that it's so generic, so cliche, and it looks like it was done by a 10-year-old, don't do it. Just walk the walk, follow the creative process, ask for help, even if not from a designer, just, try to brainstorm with fellow business owners or just use a logo type. Just use a font, pick a font, a simple one, and use that until you're ready to invest and really take that step further. So that is my 50 cents on AI and logo design. And I just want to kind of like say that I am not against AI, not at all. I am pro all technology and tools. I absolutely love systems and tools and technology, and I'm very progressive. I just think that there are certain things that need the human touch. And I am very proud to say that my brand works pretty much on a human basis. Everything's it's very unique. Every client process varies so much, each client from other client, because all brands are different and all brands need different things and different approaches and different researches. So with that, I just want to say that I'm not against AI. I use it in my work for different things. I just don't use it for logo design. And I just don't think it's the right thing for people to do. So I hope you enjoyed this point of view podcast today. It's a different episode. I feel like it needs to be talked about. If you have any questions that you want to ask, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me by email or on Instagram. I'm happy to chat about anything. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.